Hey guys, Pedro here to do an album review, and today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new Bullet from My Valentine, Gravity, the band's 6th studio album, and it has 11 tracks, 43 minutes in length. Now, the first impression, I have to get this out of my chest, the first impression that I had of this album was, what the hell, no guitar solos? Like, you feel certain songs really building up to that guitar solo, and then instead of a guitar solo, you get a heavy breakdown, or a guitar riff, or a synthesizer melody. You get almost anything but a guitar solo. That to me was a surprise that they didn't add any guitar solos to this record, almost making this record the band's Saint Anger. So that's the best description that I can give you from the overall vibe that I got from the album. This is Bullet from My Valentine's Saint Anger. Hopefully it gets better with the next record, but we're not here to talk about the next record, we're here to talk about this record. So as far as this record is concerned, it really feels like a far, far, far departure from their origins, from their DNA and metalcore. This to me feels at best like a pop rock album. All the songs have that radio-friendly, popish vibe to it. A lot of use of synthesizer work in the background to create melody. Just really, it really feels ordinary. It doesn't feel like it adds anything. It just feels like your regular pop rock album that would play on any regular radio station. Really a far departure from their origins. But I think this is where they're going. This is where the band is going. So this album is going to please some and is going to upset others. It really all depends on what your mindset is and where you're coming from. If you're an old fan of Bullet from My Valentine, this album I don't think is going to meet your standards. I think you're going to be disappointed with how light it is, how popish it is, for lack of a better expression. But if you're a new fan to the band, if you like their lighter side, if you became a fan of the band after their last couple of records, then this falls in your wheelhouse. So I really think this is going to be one of those really dividing albums that some people are going to love, some people are going to hate, but I'll bet you nobody's going to be indifferent to this record. And if that's what they were going for, you know, achievement unlocked. They really unlocked that achievement, and they were able to really build an edge on the Bullet from My Valentine fan base, I believe, with this record, because some people are going to be extremely disappointed, and some people are going to like it because they're perhaps more recent fans. Now, I will say this much. Matt's voice is on point on this record. His vocals really fit the new style and the new melody that the band is creating, and perhaps that new melody and new style is really to fit his voice. So it's almost like the chicken and the egg. I don't know exactly which one came first, but the two together really go well together. His voice, his vocal delivery really fits this style, this music really well. So from that perspective, his vocals really fit the songs. It really adds a lot to the songs. There is a little bit of harsh vocals here and there, screaming vocal, very little. Almost just like a little bit of salt in a meal is just really to give it a little bit of some extra flavor to some songs. But overall is clean vocals, very pop clean vocals from the overall structure of the album. There is a wide range of styles and songs. They have a couple of ballads, one of them is acoustic. They have one or two songs that are a little bit more reflective of their DNA, of their past, of their origins. But overall the songs are very fast tempo, very upbeat, very pop friendly, very radio friendly, if you will. Now, this is definitely a huge step from the band towards a more mainstream audience, and I think that's what they're going with. That's the style, the direction that the band wants to go with. They're far removed from those heavier metalcore origins, and if the mainstream is what they wanted to catch and what they wanted to go, this album really will open the door for them. I think a lot of radio stations that perhaps up to this point would not play Bullet from My Valentine, they'll find enough songs in this album that you could easily play on any radio station. Even radio stations that only play pop music, they can find a couple of songs from this album and play there. Because there are a couple of songs in this album that almost feels like something out of Calvin Harris record. And don't ask me how I know about Calvin Harris, please. As far as my favorite songs, I picked 3 songs just because I wanted to pick 3 songs that were slightly different from each other and give you guys an idea what the overall album, at least from my perspective, feels like. I'll start with Leap of Faith. I think it's a great intro to the album. a song that has a lot of melody. There is a little bit of a heavier edge to it, a little bit of a harsher vocals towards the end of the song, a really cool breakdown. It's one of those songs that opens your appetite to the album. As the first introduction to the album, it really opens your appetite to the album. It really makes you wonder what's there to come. But it's also one of those songs, like, it builds up towards the guitar solo that never comes. But like I said, it's a song that it's placed well as the intro to the album because it does really open your appetite. It gives you enough glimpses of old Bullet from My Valentine at the same time as giving you the new face of the band in this song. Now, one of my favorite songs of the album is Not Dead Yet. I think that's perhaps one of the best songs of the album. It's definitely my favorite. It has a really super catchy chorus, perhaps one of the catchiest chorus of the record. And it's a song that just has really cool melody, has a cool message, has a cool lyrics, and Matt's voice really fit this song and how it was delivered to perfection. This will perhaps be a song that will become part of their set list going forward with their live concerts, because it really has a lot of components from old Bullet from My Valentine, but it's really new Bullet from My Valentine, if you will. But like I said, it's really a dynamic song, has really cool guitar riffs, has a really cool sounding melody to it, and a super catchy chorus that it's impossible for anybody not to sing along. And this is why I say this song will be really good in a live setting, because it's going to be one of those anthem songs that's going to be really easy for people to get behind and sing it along in a live concert. Now, one of the heavier songs of the album is Piece of Me, that one with Don't Need You. Those two are perhaps the two heavier songs of the album. I picked Piece of Me. That one, both of them are the two heaviest songs and the songs that resemble old Bullet from My Valentine the most. But Piece of Me was the one that I enjoyed more. I enjoyed it because it had some layers to it, especially with the vocals. I found that they had added layers of vocals to it, making especially the chorus and the parts around the chorus a little bit thicker, giving a little bit more volume, adding almost a live vibe to it. And I really like the way they did that. It really added volume to Matt's voice. It was a cool way to add volume to his voice by adding those extra layers of vocals in this song. I really like that, and that mixed in with the cool melodies, some old school Bullet from My Valentine riffs in there. All of these pieces making this one of the heavier songs of the album. Like I said, with Don't Need You, those two being the two heavier songs, had all the components to be on my top 3 list because of that. Now, like I said, the main difference between this one and Don't Need You, those are two songs that I was really divided between those two, which ones to pick into my top 3. This one gets picked because of those extra layers in the vocals that they did with this song. I really like that. That was really cool. It really added a different dynamic. It added volume. It added thickness. It added layers. It was really cool. I enjoy the fact that they did that without sounding like a choir. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't go down that road. They made it in a way that sounds just almost like his voice is going into an echo chamber, which was really cool. It's not an echo, but it really sounds like there's multiples of him singing those same lines, and that was really cool. I enjoyed that. This is it. This is Gravity from Bullet from My Valentine, band's 6th studio album, like I said. To me, this is not a classic. To me, this is not even their second best album ever. To me, this is an album that is mediocre at best. I enjoyed it. I probably won't be listening much more from it. It just doesn't have enough there for me to really be able to enjoy it. That's my own personal opinion. I enjoy their earlier stuff a lot more, and this is a far cry, a far departure from that. Now, I understand that perhaps this is where the band is going, and it does fit Matt's vocal delivery really well. So for those of you that are new fans to the band or like more of their recent stuff, this is going to be one of those albums that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. And I'm not saying it's a bad album. I'm saying it's not good for me personally. I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it was too popish, it was too clean, too radio friendly, too pop rock, almost a Papa Roach album with a little bit of an edge. That's the best way I can describe this record. But this is it. I want to hear from you now. What are your thoughts, ideas? What do you think about Bullet from My Valentine and this new album, Gravity? I'm looking forward to reading your comments in the section below. Let me know your thoughts. Take care, guys.